on the point?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, you are online.
Hello, this is Hybrid number 5. My name is Tyler Gokenauer, and you are?
I'm Cadet Withers.
And we are researching the Varga Kachina, right, and plane crash investigation.
The pilot's name was Thomas E. Glum. His date of birth was December 21st, 1939. From what we've researched, he's an inexperienced pilot. He was diagnosed with coronary artery disease, Class 3 medical certificate with a limit for corrective lenses.
And information on the plane was it was a model 1976 Varga 2150A. Landing gear was a tricycle fixed landing gear, and the engine was a Lycombe beam of the 0320 A2C with 150 horsepower. The airframe time had a total of 1,126 hours, and the engine time was the same. The last annual inspection was February 23rd, 1993.
Here are some pictures of this same looking plane, but actually usable.
Really? Usable?
Right.
Medical issues. The Federal Aviation Administration medical records indicate that the pilot held a Class 3 medical certificate dated October 22nd, 1990, with a limitation for corrective lenses. On October 23rd, 1992, the pilot was denied the reusance of a medical certificate due to the evidence of coronary artery disease, basically meaning that he had a disease that affected blood flow to his heart. And the FAA does not show an update to the October 23rd, 1992 medical records.
Mechanical failure. A Federal Aviation Administration inspector from the Hillsboro, Oregon Flight Standards District Office inspected the airplane and reported that central continuity was established from the elevator to the cockpit controls. The tubing was bent and one break in the system was noted near the center of the airplane. The elevators were free to move and unobstructed. The engine was examined and found that the propeller broke away as a unit from the crankshaft in the area of the front main bearing. The propeller blades were straight. Further examination did not reveal evidence to indicate a mechanical failure or malfunction.
Really? So in conclusion, we forgot to add our last slide. We concluded that the pilot had a heart attack due to his heart disease while in mid-flight. That's why we think the plane went up and then down. So, the presentation. How do I, there, no, escape, there we, thank you. And then, yeah, you want our, yeah. And I will read all this. And again, the name of the plane is the Varga Kachina Trainer, and it was a non-experienced pilot, and the battery was busted. What? Time of crash was in the afternoon, and on October 10, 1993, at 8:05 Pacific daylight time, a Varga 2150A N5074V collided with the terrain shortly after takeoff from a private airstrip located 70 miles south of Burns, Oregon. Visual meteorological conditions prevailed at the time, and no flight plan was filed for the local flight. The airplane was destroyed, and the certified private pilot, the sole occupant, was fatally injured. I'm going to skip the rest of this and go to the personal information. You can read that.
The pilot's flight logbook indicates that the first flight in the Varga was on October 8th, 1991, and all flights since that date were in the Varga. The last logged flight was on October 1st, 1992. At that time, the logbook indicates a total flight time of 302 hours in all types of airplanes. The total flight time in the Varga was listed as 42 hours. In a written statement, a friend of the pilot's stated that in the past year he had flown with the pilot approximately 20 to 25 hours, with 10 hours in the last 90 days prior to the accident. The Federal Aviation Administration medical records indicate that the pilot held a Class 3 medical certificate dated October 22nd, 1990, with a limitation for corrective lenses. On October 23rd, 1992, the pilot was denied the reissuance of a medical certificate due to evidence of coronary artery disease. The FAA does not show an update since October 23rd, 1992.
And the last of it, wreckage and impact information. A Federal Aviation Administration inspector from the, I believe we already read this, so that's our presentation.
Do you have a listing of your findings?
No, sir, we do not.
What was the cause?
Cause of the crash was he had a heart attack mid-flight.
Why did he have a heart attack?
He was, we believe that his disease, what was it called again?
Coronary artery
Yeah.
disease was already at a high percentage
So we believe during mid-flight he had a heart attack because of the disease, and the plane went down.
because they had a federal.
So he had a heart attack because he had coronary artery disease. Why did he have the disease?
We do not know, sir.
Okay. Then do you have a list of your recommendations?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay. Do you have a hometown hero or a first person presentation?
We had I forgot her name. She was going to do it, sir, and I never got the information back from her.
Who is the commander of this group?
I believe Legarsky and you.
Okay, so you don't know how to get in touch with the people in your group?
No, sir, I tried with Legarsky.
Okay, but we've been working on this 7 weeks and you don't know how to get in touch with the people?
No, sir.
Okay, sounds good. Around the room, somebody for every table, please. Give some constructive criticism. Let's go. Stand up.
Alright, hi, I'm Cadet E8 James Timney, and I really liked your presentation. It was pretty good, but I would say you need more emphasis on when you're speaking, because you're really monotone and it's hard to listen to you because it's kind of boring.
Thank you, Timney, for your criticism, and I'll try to speak with more emphasis when I'm speaking.
Let's go. Andre.
Hello, my name is Dakota DeAndre. Also, I really liked your speech. Maybe if you spoke a little louder, so people maybe in the back room could have maybe heard you.
Which one of us was that?
Him.
Sorry, what was your last name?
DeAndre.
Thank you, DeAndre, for your criticism, and I'll make sure to speak louder.
Alright, thank you.
Well, I'm Cadet Buckner. Alright, I think it's really good that you couldn't get the conclusion page to come up and do it. But you guys looked at the slides a little too much and didn't know some of the words, so, yeah.
Thank you, Cadet Buckner. We'll take it into consideration for next time.
Hello, my name is Kate. I enjoyed the way your presentation was organized. I would suggest knowing how to say some of the words, though. I don't know who it was, but I remember.
That's all you, dude.
Alright. Thank you, Cadet McCord, for your criticisms, and I will try to take them and work them in next time. Yeah.
Alrighty, do you guys have a map of the crash site or area or anything like that?
No, sir.
Do you have any recommendations so we do not have a crash like this again?
If you are diagnosed with a heart disease, do not fly.
Yeah, and check medical records of the person before,
Who?
like the control center or
Check,
anywhere that the
check
plane
the
is docked.
physical condition of the pilot.
So when you go get in a car, somebody's supposed to check you to see whether that you can get in your car? Was this a commercial pilot or private pilot?
Private pilot, sir.
Okay, so it's his personal car or plane that he's flying, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you recommended that somebody comes out and checks everybody every time somebody gets into a plane?
No, sir. Only people known with a history of medical issues.
Okay, so that's good. So who monitors that? How do we do this?
Wouldn't be like, go to the FAA, they clear you to fly, so you have to renew your license, or you have to renew your
Well, it's a medical, right? You have a
Sure.
medical, so he had an identified medical problem. So you're saying somebody should check that before he gets in his private plane every day?
I believe it should be also on the responsibility of the pilot to whether you can fly or not.
Please don't talk. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Everybody give him a round of applause, please.